We just learned what S-150 is, or the Compassionate Cares Act, that would allow the use and prescription of medical cannabis for a select population suffering from debilitating illnesses here in the state. And we'd like to welcome a Murrells Inlet mother and advocate whose daughter suffers from a rare genetic disorder, Judy Ghanem. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Hello, thank you for having me.
And tell us more about your daughter, Kira.
Well, Kira is 15 years old. She was born with an extremely rare genetic condition, duplication on the short arm of chromosome 16. She also has tethered cord syndrome and has been diagnosed with autism, which, by the way, is the condition that would qualify her in the bill, because autism is on the bill.
What are some of the manifestations of her genetic disorder?
Well, she basically is severely delayed across the board, physically and mentally. She, thank God, is able to walk, but she wears leg braces. And if we're going any long distances, she needs to be in the wheelchair because she'll just sit down and stop walking.
Going back to the autism, though, you say that that is the condition that she has, that the medical cannabis would assist. So yes. How long have you been going down this road as an advocate for medical cannabis? When did you first try it with her and saw results?
Well, she has extremely aggressive and violent behaviors. So we needed to do something because every time she came in contact with someone, she would just grab their hair and pull at it. And she is a very social person, which is not a normal quality for autism, but it really made everyone want to stay away from her. She was a pariah. And so when we did live in Georgia, we agreed with the doctors at the Marcus Autism Center to put her on a medication called risperidone. And she was on that for several years. We moved to South Carolina and she started with this condition I found out later is called tardive dyskinesia, which is a side effect of the medication that could become permanent if the person is on the medication for an extended period of time. So when I found that out, of course, as a mom, I wanted to take her off the medicine right away. And in South Carolina, we could not get an appointment with a pediatric neurologist for 8 months. But luckily, I was sending videos to all the doctors within a 3-hour drive. And one got back to me and said, this is a side effect of the medication. It's tardive dyskinesia, and you need to see.
And that is like a twitching of the face you had described.
Yes, yeah.
Which could have been permanent, but it was not, thankfully.
Yes, thank God. We are very fortunate that this side effect did not become permanent, because that is a possibility.
At what point in her life did you introduce medical cannabis?
Well, when I titrated her off by myself from the medication, because no doctor would help me do it, I substituted with CBD. So that was my first introduction. And it being legal, it wasn't an issue, and it helped us get through that withdrawal period. But once she was through that, her aggressive behavior started coming back, and I was looking for another alternative. So we did take a trip to Colorado. We actually took a few trips to Colorado, and we didn't see a doctor, which I would have preferred to have done, but we did because they have adult use legalized there as well as the medical. We were able to do some experimenting with her while we were there, and it was quite effective. So that kind of gave me a renewed vigor to advocate for our medical cannabis.
So you saw positive results in Kira?
Oh, it was right away.
But the thing is that you couldn't take what you tried in Colorado and bring it back to South Carolina, because that would have been illegal. And you had mentioned that parents could be arrested, that they could have their children taken from them if they tried that. So you've been an advocate for S-150. Let me ask you, with just a few seconds left here, Judy, what is the next step?
The next step is it's going to be voted on in the Senate floor come January, because the the session is actually adjourned a week from tomorrow on the 13th. So it's looking like there's not any chance of this year. But we need to contact our legislators and tell them that South Carolinians deserve what patients in 36 other states, soon to be 37, would be able to medicate with cannabis.
Yes. Okay. Well, we're going to be tracking this story. We're going to be tracking your progress as well. Judy, I want to thank you so much for coming on and sharing yours and Kira's story with us.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And
please
call your legislators over the summer.
Thank you.
Thank
We're
you.
back
Bye.
after